I will read a line and please repeat them.
I'll share the screen here.
Namamishwaram Satchitananda Rupam
Namami Ishwaram Satchitanandam
Lasat Kundalam Gokule Vrajamanam
Lasat kundalam
Gokule Vrajamanam
Yasoda Bilolukadladavamanam
Yasoda Biyulukmanatvamanam
Paramrishtam Atyantato Dritya Gopya
Param Rushamatyanto Dritya
Rudantam Muhurnitam Yugmam Rujantam
Rudantam Muhurnitra Yugam Rudantam
Param Bhojayukmina Satankanetram
Karam
Bhojayukmena Satankanetram
Mumuswasakam Patrirekhankakanta
Muhuswasakam Patrirekhankakanta
Sitagraiva Dāmodarā Bhaktibham
Sitagraivam Dāmodaram Bhaktibhadam
Iti Swalīlābhi Ānandakunde
Anandakunde
Swaghosam Nimajyantam Akshāpayantam
Swaghosam Nimanjantam Akyapayantam
Tadiyeshti Jannisho Bhaktechitatvam
Tadiyeshitashiteshu Bhakti Chitam
Puna Prematastam Sata Vrittivan
Prematastam
Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksham Vadimva
Varam Deva Moksham Vadimva
Na Chanam Vrunitam Vadisidapiha Idanteva Purnatha Gopala Balam
Idam Teva Purnata Gopala Balam
Sadami Manasya Vedastam Kimhanhi
Sadame Manasya Vedastam Kimanye
Idam Te Mukhamboja Achanta Nile
Idam Te Mukhamboja Achanta Nile
Vrutam Kundalaisnikta Raktaisya Gopya
Vrutam Kundalaisnikta Raktaischa Gopya
Muhashchumbitam Bimba Raktadharam Me
Mohuschumbitam Bimbarakadaram
Manasye Avirastam Alam Lakshalabhi Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu
Namo Deva Damodarananta
Vishnu
Prasida Prabhu जलातिमग्नम्
प्रसीद प्रभो
जलातिमग्नम्
कृपा दृष्टिवृष्टाति दिनं बतानु
कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्याति दिनं मतानु
घृणीशाममज्यम् एकदि अक्षिदृश्य कुबेरात्मजौ भक्तामृचय्य
कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धामृतैर्गयत्वा
क्व वै मौचितौ भक्ति भजौ कृतौ च
मञ्चितो भक्ति भजौ कृतौ च
तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वग्रामे प्रयच्छ
तथा प्रेम भक्तिं सखं मे प्रयच्छ
न मोक्षं ग्रहोमि दामोदरे
नमो श्रीग्रहोमस्ति दामोदरेह
नमस्ते स्तुदाम्ने प्रदीप्तिदाम्ने
नमस्ते स्तुदाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने
त्ववीयोदराय च विश्वस्य धाम्ने
विश्वास्य दाम्ने
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै
नमो राधिकाय प्रियाय
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै
नमो राधिकाय प्रियाय
नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
राधा गिरिधरि राधा गिरिधर राधे
राधा गिरिधरि राधा गिरिधरि राधे
जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे जय
राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे
जय प्रभुपा जय श्रील प्रभुपा
जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय गुरुदेव जय श्रील गुरुदेव
जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव
राधा दामोदर भगवान की जय
जय
प्रभुपाद की जय
जय
गुरुदेव की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय
जय
Very nice.
Very nice, Mataji. Very nice. Well done. Now stress gone.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna all. Glories of Kārtika month. Kartika month is special for not only uh, Sri Krishna, it is also special for Lord Muruga, Lord Narasimha, and Damodar, and Shiva also. And let us go one by one. I would like to explain here. First let us go for Lord Muruga, Lord of the universe, Tamil Lord Muruga, also known as Kandan or Skandan, is the Tamil god of war and victory. Murugan is the main god worshipped in India, Sri Lanka, Mauritius, Singapore, Malaysia, and many other places of the world where Tamils live. Murugan has 6 shrines in Tamil Nadu, which are known as Arubadai Veedu. In Tamil Nadu, Murugan has continued to be popular with all classes of society since the Sangam age. Murugan is considered as the son of Shiva and Parvati, who was created to kill the Asuras and be the eternal protector of the Devas and other living beings. The Asuras were demigods who frequently warred against the Devas or gods. The 6 sites Padaiveedu in Tamil Nadu, where Murugan sojourned while leading his armies are Palani, Swamimalai, Tiruparamkundram, Palamudir Cholai, Tiruttani, and Tiruchendur. Murugan is considered the god of Tamil language and he is mentioned a lot in Sangam literature. The 6 abodes of Murugan are all in Tamil Nadu. Each of these temples has a unique history and different reason to worship Lord Murugan. Kanda Sashti during October-November month is celebrated as a 6-day festival. Devotees of Murugan will do fasting for 6 days. On the evening of the 6th day, Sura Samharam, correcting Suran, will be held at every Murugan temple around the world. Sura Samharam at Tiruchendur is very special. Visiting Sri, next one is Narasimha, Lord Narasimha. Visiting Lord Narasimha in this Kartika month is said to be so special as Sri Narasimha keeps open his eyes this month to give his complete blessings to all of his bhaktas. There are so many Sri Narasimha Stalams across India and can see the bhaktas crowd across various temples this Kartigai. By visiting any Sri Narasimha temples on Kartigai Sunday is even more special. Kartika or Kartik month or Kartik Mass is considered to be the holiest month. This month is very dear to the devotees of Krishna because it is very dear to Lord Krishna. And whatever is dear to Krishna is dear to the devotees. Kartika Deepotsava signifies lighting of the lamps. The diya symbolizes our body and the light symbolizes our soul. When we light a lamp, we cleanse our mind and free it from all the accumulated negativity in the form of darkness, ignorance, anger, greed, jealous, hatred, bitterness, and resentment. Deeparadhana during the sacred month of Kartika should be done to purify our souls from bad karma and be one with the Supreme Soul. This is done to increase our Atmajnana, the knowledge of the self. This sacred month holds the path to devotion, contemplation, and inner realization. It offers a great opportunity to look onwards for inner spiritual growth and to grow into better individuals. It is utmost important that we practice purity of mind, body, and soul and raise our levels of consciousness to experience real joy and happiness. Lord Sri Krishna says, of all plants, the sacred Tulasi is most dear to me. Of all months, Kartik is most dear. Of all places of pilgrimage, my beloved Dwarka is most dear, and of all days, Ekadashi is most dear. The scripture says that any devotional activity performed during this holiest month is very pleasing to Krishna. Kartik is special because it represents Srimati Radharani, beloved of Krishna and our eternal mother. In Bhagavad Gita 10.35, Krishna says, of months, I am Margasirsha, November, December. Kartik month, October, November, represents Radharani and it precedes Krishna's month. Srimati Radharani is also known as Kartika Devi. If we can please her with our sincere devotion during this auspicious month, then Krishna will also be pleased. Skanda Purana glorifies the Kartik month as Satya Yuga is the best of yugas, as the Vedas are the best among scriptures, as Ganga is best of rivers, so Kartik is the best of months, the most dear to Lord Krishna. Reasons why Kartik month is so sacred. If one offers a lamb during the month of Kartika, his sins of many thousands and millions of births perish in half an eye blink. Even if there is no mantras, no pious deeds, and no purity, everything becomes perfect when a person offers a lamb during the month of Kartika. The person who, during the month of Kartika, offers a lamb to Lord Keshava has already performed all yajnas, sacrifice for the pleasure of the Lord, and bathing in all the holy rivers. The ancestors say, when someone in our family pleases Lord Keshava by offering him a lamb during the month of Kartika, then by the mercy of the Lord, who holds the Sudarshan Chakra in his hand, we will all attain liberation. To one who either at home or in a temple offers a lamb during the month of Kartika, Lord Vasudeva gives a great result. The person who offers a lamb to Lord Krishna during the month of Dāmodarāṣṭakam becomes very glorious and fortunate. By offering a ghee lamb during the month of Kartika, one burns away a collection of sins as big as Mount Meru or Mount Mandara. Of this, there is no doubt. No sins exist anywhere in the three worlds that will not be purified. By offering a lamb to Lord Keshava during Kartika, source Skanda Purana. A person who offers a lamb to Lord Damodara during Kartika attains the eternal spiritual world. In the spiritual world, there is no suffering. One who offers a steady ghee lamb to Lord Hari during the month of Kartika enjoys pastimes in Lord Hari's splendid spiritual world. Source Padma Purana. Of all gifts, the gift of a ghee lamb during the month of Kartika is the best. No gift is equal. Source Narada Purana in a conversation of Sri Mohini Devi and Sri Rukmangada. Devotees take special vows called Urja Vrata. During this month, the purpose is to utilize most of the time and energy in practicing devotion to Krishna. How to observe Kartik month? Since Kartik is the holiest month, so the scriptures say that we should worship Krishna in a special way. This is described below. Offering ghee lamp to Lord Dāmodara, singing Dāmodarāṣṭakam, chanting the names of Krishna, reading scriptures, hearing about Krishna, visiting temple, worshipping Lord Krishna at home, eating only prasada, and observing celibacy. That's Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Mataji. Revati Mataji.
Shall I share the screen, Mataji?
Oh, yes, sure.
Okay. What do you see, Mataji?
No, I was just.
You see anything?
We can see the screen, yes. We can see
I'm
Krishna and Yasoda Mata.
Okay. You can see now? Okay.
Yes.
Now I can't see you all.
And we can't see you anyways.
You can't see me?
No, your camera I think is off. But that's all right, Mataji. We can see the slides, so that's okay.
Oh, so it is only this or that. When I click on the camera, nothing is happening.
And now we can't see your slides as well because we've got your your view as well, your notes view. Now we can see. Yeah.
Okay. I think you can't see me, I think, because something it is saying that. Okay, it's okay. You need to listen. That's all we need. Okay, Mataji. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk about the Dāmodarāṣṭakam. Thank you so much. On Diwali day, so Yasoda Mataji is, as you see in the picture, she's churning the butter by herself. She need not to do by herself because she is the queen of the Vrindavan. She doesn't need to do. She has lots of servant maids. The reason for she was doing this is because, Krishna has become very naughty and he's been stealing the butter from all other places. And then she's receiving lots of complaints from everyone. So she thought, okay, instead of maybe, my servant maids are not doing properly, I should do myself. And then that's the main reason she's sitting and churning the butter. And that Diwali day, she has lot of work, especially on Diwali day, even for us also a lot of work. Imagine she's the queen, she has a lot of work. At the same time, what she's doing, she has put the milk on the oven, boiling. She makes some sweets. And while churning the butter, you can see her bangles and then how she's decorated. She has been thinking of Krishna and churning, and then her thinking of Krishna and his pastimes and singing about him, and then fully immersed. That's how actually we should be immersed also in our daily routine, especially when we are cooking. And, when we are cooking, if we are, thinking of Krishna and do all, it comes out well. Anyways, she's churning the butter. Then Krishna woke up. And every day Maya is there with me. Today Maya is not there with me. And started crying, and looking for Maya. Oh, here we go. She's now churning the butter. And then he comes over here. And then Yasoda Mataji understands that he is hungry. Okay, mother knows when kids are hungry, and mother knows everything about the kids. Okay, so Yasoda Mataji understood. Okay, she started feeding Krishna. Women always, not only men also sometimes, women mostly, do the multitasking. She has something over there, something here, and then she suddenly remembered, oh no, I shouldn't, the milk shouldn't burn because she wants to make the sweets. So she's put the Krishna down, and then she went into the kitchen to switch off the oven. That's it. Krishna is very angry now. Krishna is not at all satisfied. Okay, so he has been crying now. And then he took a small, tiny stone and then broke that pot. You can see the next screen, I think, right? Okay. And he started walking, and then he went into another room, and in the room you can see on the mortar, which is on ups and down, they said, where you grind the spices and other things. So he started eating, and also what he's doing there, he's feeding monkeys. He's feeding monkeys also. Okay, so Yasoda Mataji, when she came out of the oven, from the kitchen, she saw, oh, this is definitely Krishna, because she can follow his the Krishna's footsteps. And then she found, and she has a stick also. Okay, the moment Krishna saw the stick, he started crying. That's all the false tears. But anyway, he started crying and rubbing his eyes. That's what when Uma Mataji, when she sang that song, you understand that, all the tears are coming. He's rubbing his eyes, and then all that kajal and all is sticking on his cheeks. Please put back the stick. Such a Lord who is controlling the universe has been crying in front of the Yasoda Mataji. And then the Yasoda Mataji intention is not to hit him, but to scare him, because he's become very, very naughty and feeding the monkeys. And Acharya says, I have been reading Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter 9 and 10, especially 9 is this pastime. Acharya says that yogis only cannot, after doing so much of tapasya, they can't catch hold of the Krishna. Okay, you can't hold Krishna. But Yashoda Mataji in this one, and you can see running after Krishna. Okay, and then she's perspiring, and on that day she wore the golden color saree, as you see in the picture, and she's running after Krishna, and all the neighbors you can see over there, gopis and all, they're saying, leave it, Mataji. But no, she's determined. She wants to give him a lesson. He's become so naughty, and then trying to hold it. But can anybody catch hold of Krishna? No, only with love. That is what next I think Vidushi will be talking about. Priti Purvakam. Only with the love. With love, we can get the mercy. Yashoda Mataji, finally Krishna could see that, okay, she's struggling, she's perspiring, and you can see the flowers and all also in the picture, they are dropping. There is a story behind the flowers which I'm not going. I heard Maharaj saying that flowers talk and they say, okay, Yashoda Mataji is perspiring, so let us fall down so that at least some weight she lose weight of the flowers. That's why the flowers are falling off. Anyways, with a lot of struggle, she found she caught the Krishna. Krishna only with slow down so that she can catch all of the Krishna. Yashoda Mataji can catch all of Krishna. Now she wants to give a punishment. She says, now I have a lot of work on Diwali day. I have to make sweets and other things, and at the same time you're creating the problem. I have to teach a lesson. So what is the lesson she wants to teach? She wants to tie him. Okay, so that she can go back and can do her chores. And then she took the rope and she wants to tie that. You as see in the picture, she got the rope and then she tried to bind. Can anyone bind Krishna, Lord Krishna? No. Every time she tried, it's not sufficient, and then she's getting more rope, and then she's sweating, and then she's getting tired. First of all, morning, and then she has been running, a lot of workout for her. Anyways, and then she's brought more ropes, and all the neighbors, gopis and all said, Yashoda Mataji, just Kanna, you can't leave. Yeah, Kanna, you can't bind Krishna. You can just leave him. Just leave him. No. I wanted to teach him a lesson. Previously, these gopis only have complaints. Now they wanted to leave Krishna. Nobody can understand their love, Brajavasis. Anyways, and she said, "You also give me the rope. I will tie." And then she's making long rope, but no, always the two fingers. Shortage is coming up. So what are the two fingers here? Acharya says one is our endeavor. Okay, that's what we can see with Yashoda Mataji, how much endeavor she's determined. She wants to. She's struggling. So devotees also have to endeavor. That's what we have to do. We have to read the scriptures, devotional service. With that endeavoring, we get the mercy. That's number 2. Okay, we need mercy. That's how we get the mercy. Finally, she has tied the ropes and then to the mortar. You can see little Krishna, how he's so cute, and you can see the golden sari of Yashoda Mataji also. So then she said, okay, she doesn't want him to run away into the forest. That's the main reason she wants to tie, because no more problems for her, so that she can finish off her sweets on Diwali day. This is the chapter 9. I'm going to the chapter 10, that is the deliverance of the Yamala Arjuna trees. Now Krishna with the mortar, he can't be still there. He wants to play always. Always Krishna wants to play, go into the forest and play. So in this next Leela, I'm just turning into the next slide. You can see these two young men Nalakuvera and Manikriva, these are the sons of the Kuvera, who is the treasurer of the demigods. He's the bank. Imagine we have a bank and they also have a bank. Okay, they are the the sons of the great demigod Kuvera. But because of the false prestige and madness after drinking the liquor, they are so fallen that they are naked. You can see they are naked, but cannot understand that they are. Okay, and therefore, because they're living like trees, these two young men should receive the bodies of the trees. So what happened is, when Narada Muni came, Narada Muni, we should be very careful of Narada Muni also. He can come, he got a benediction, he can come anywhere. Okay, he came at the wrong time, and then he saw these two men are naked, and then you can see the women are trying to cover themselves, but they didn't pay any obeisances to the Narad Muniji. Okay, no respect at all. Narad Muniji got very angry. I'm just reading one paragraph from the chapter 10. Rather me saying, therefore, because they're living like trees, for trees are naked but not consciousness, these two young women and young men should receive the bodies of the trees. This will be proper punishment. Not less, after they become trees and until they're released, by my mercy they will have remembrance of their past sinful activities. Moreover, by my special favor, after the expiry of the 100 years, by the measurement of the demigods, they will be able to see the Supreme Personality of God, Vasudeva, face to face, and thus revive their real position as devotees. So that is what the curse they got it, and they become the trees in the courtyard of the Nanda Maharaj. So Krishna now thinks, okay, now my devotee Narad Muniji's sap, I have to release these demigods. So he goes within the trees and then uproots the trees, and that's how you can see the demigods. I'm looking into the book. 1 minute. Actually, the prayers in the chapter 10 are so good. I would like to read the prayers after these demigods came up, and they have done a lot of prayers. Can you give me 1 second, Mataji? There are so many slokas which I liked so much, but that is the two Arjuna trees has fallen. Okay. Thereafter, in that very place where the two Arjuna trees had fallen, two great perfect personalities who appeared like fire personified came out of these trees. The effulgence of their body illuminating all directions, with bowed heads, they offered the obeisances to Krishna with two hands folded. They spoke the following: "O Lord Krishna, your opulent mysticism is inconceivable. You are the supreme, original person, the cause of all causes, immediate and remote, and you are beyond this material creation. Learn the Brahmanas know on the basis of the Vedic statement, Shravanam Kalva Idam Brahma, and that you are everything and that this cosmic manifestation in its gross and subtle respects in your form." So they offered, I have so many slokas which they have offered the prayers, but one more thing I would like to read here. You are the supreme personality of Godhead, the controller of everything, body, life, ego, and senses of every living entity or your own self. You are the supreme person, Vishnu, imperishable controller. You are the time factor, immediate cause, and you are the material nature consisting of three modes: passion, goodness, and ignorance. You are the original cause of this material manifestation. You are the supreme soul, and therefore you know everything within the core of the heart of everything entity. So that is what Narada Muni has given the curse to become the trees. At the same time, Narada Muni gave the benediction. That's what is good thing he did. He gave the benediction that these two men can see the Krishna. That is the greatest benediction. 100 years, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, you can become the trees. But at the end, you can see the Krishna. After this, Krishna said like this, Krishna doesn't want to anybody see, because everyone loves Krishna as a baby Krishna. So he wants these two people, demigods to go back home. So this is what Krishna said. 1 second. I'll just go back what in the last chapter. Okay. O Nalakuvera, O and Manigriva, now you may both return home. Since you desire to be always absorbed in my devotional service, your desire to develop love and affection for me will be fulfilled, and now you will never fall back from that platform. That's what Krishna said. And I just stopped sharing. Oh, Mataji, I wanted to share one more thing. This is the presentation I go through with the Kartik program. I think everyone has seen this, right? This is the original motor it since in Vrindavan. Yeah. Okay, thank you. I'll stop sharing. Now you can see me, or I don't know. You can see me, Mataji.
No, you are still not visible, Mataji.
I don't know. Oh, no? Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, now you're visible.
It's a magic. Like when I share that, I don't know what happened. That is from the Canto 10. It's nice if anybody, if you have read chapter 9 and 10. It's nice. Chapter 10 especially is very good. The prayers, those slokas, but I have skipped. I just read only some, which I like those two, and what Krishna said. So the moral of the story is two things we have to remember. One is the endeavor, and we will get the mercy. Just forget, just do your work. Whatever we can do, we are doing it. Hare Krishna.
Nice. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kanta Mataji, you wanted to say something?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
We've been
Krishna.
hearing such nectarian pastimes of Damodar. I'd just like to add on a little bit to what Mataji has just spoken about Nala Kuvera and Manigriva. As we know from the Dāmodarāṣṭakam that they were both delivered. But actually, Nala Kuvera and Manigriva didn't go back to heaven. And this is what I've read. Just want to speak from there. So after Krishna delivered Nala Kuvera and Manigriva, the two sons of Kuvera, out of the Yamla Arjuna trees, he offered those two brothers to go back to heaven, but they refused. Srila Jiva Goswami in his Gopala Campu describes that Nala Kuvera and Manigriva begged Krishna to give them shelter in Vraja. And in their next life, by Krishna's blessings, the both brothers took birth as Brajavasis by the names of Snigdhkanta and Madhukanta. Their eternal service in Vraja was to go from one Brajavasi's house to another Brajavasi's house to speak about what Krishna is doing today, of all of Krishna's pastimes, because they have witnessed all the pastimes of Krishna. In this way, Krishna fulfilled the desires of the two brothers, which they expressed in the following prayer in 10.1038 from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Let's read from here. Henceforward, may all your words describe your pastimes. May our ears engage in our oral reception of your glories. May our hands, legs, and other senses engage in actions pleasing to you. And may our minds always think of your lotus feet. May our heads offer our obeisances to everything within this world, because all things are also your different forms. And may our eyes see the forms of Vaishnavas who are not different from you. Okay, the purport is everything should be engaged in the service of Lord Rishikesha. Everything, the mind, the body, and all the sense organs should be engaged in Krishna's service. This is to be learned from the expert devotees like Narada, Swayambhu, and Shambhu. This is the process. We cannot manufacture our own way of understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for it is not that everything one manufactures or concords will lead to understanding God. Yes. Therefore, in the Sri Dāmodarāṣṭakam, Satyavrata Muni is praying to Krishna to obtain the same prema bhakti which Nala Kuvera and Manigriva achieved. Tatha prema bhaktim swayakam me prayacha. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji, for this wonderful service.
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoying it so much.
Which is the 10th canto? What is 10th chapter? What is the text you said?
38.
38.
10:38.
It's actually very amazing that you brought up Madhukanta and Snigdhakanta. Now, I didn't know Mataji was going to speak about that. Because remember yesterday I said we would look at the song sung by Mother Yasoda? That comes from Jiva Goswami's Gopala Campu. And the entire Gopala Campu is spoken through the words of Madhukanta and Snigdhakanta. So yeah, once we finish the Bhagavad Gita, we'll look at that song as well.
Okay.
Okay. All yours, Vidushi.
Thank you, Mataji. Aham sarvasya prabhavo
Aham sarvasya
Prabhu
matta sarvam pravartate. Matta
sarvam pravartate
iti matva bhajante mam.
Matva bhajante mam.
Budha bhava samanvitaha. Translation. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. The main points from the purport here. A learned scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya and who knows how to apply these teachings can understand that Krishna is the origin of everything in both material and spiritual worlds. And because he knows this, because the individual knows this, he perfectly becomes fixed in devotional service of the Lord. Krishna is the source. At the beginning of Krishna is the source of Brahma, Shivji, and all other demigods. At the beginning of creation, there was only the Supreme Personality Narayana. There was no Brahma, no Shivji, no stars, no fire, no water, no sun. And from Narayana, the expansion of Krishna, Brahma was born, Prajapatis, and then Indra and Rudras and Adityas were all born. In the it is said that Lord Shivji is born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord Krishna, Narayana. In the Varaha Purana, it is said that Narayana is the Supreme, and from him Brahma is born, and Shiva also born. Thus there is no other Supreme Controller than Krishna. So Krishna is the Supreme Controller. One who understands Krishna in such a way, from a spiritual master with references from Vedic literature, engages his energy in Krishna consciousness and becomes truly learned. Becomes a truly learned individual. Matchitta matgata prana.
Matchitta matgata prana
Bodhayantah parasparam.
Parasparam
Kadayantascha mam nityam.
Kathayantascha mam nityam
Tushyanti charamanti cha.
Tushyanti cha.
Translation. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. The main point from this purport is that true devotees whose characteristics are mentioned here engage themselves fully in the transcendental loving service of Krishna. Their minds cannot be diverted from the lotus feet of Krishna.
Can't hear you properly.
Oh, sorry, Mataji. Is that better? Sorry, I might have put my book on. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, Mataji.
Okay, I think everyone needs to turn their mics off, and we still can't hear you, Vidushi.
Oh, okay. Is that better, Mataji?
That is better, yes.
Okay, sorry, I might have put my book on the thing. Sorry. So I'll just repeat. So pure devotees whose characteristics are mentioned here verse engage themselves fully in the transcendental loving service of Lord Krishna. Their minds cannot be deviated from the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Their talks are solely centered around Krishna's pastimes and transcendental subjects. The symptoms of pure devotees, as described in this verse, are described in this verse specifically. Devotees of the Supreme Lord are 24 hours daily engaged in glorifying the qualities and pastimes of Krishna. Their hearts and souls are constantly engaged in Krishna, and they take pleasure in discussing about his pastimes with each other. Tesham sadatam yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam tadami buddhi yogantam yena mam upayanti te. Translation: to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them the understanding by which they can come to me. Here, the main points in this verse, the main
Vidushi, again, we can't hear you.
in this verse. Sorry, I might. Is that better, Mataji?
Yep.
In this verse, the word buddhi very significant.
Sweetie, we can't hear you again.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. New laptop, Mataji. So sorry. Buddhi Yogam itself is action in Krishna consciousness. That is the highest intelligence. Buddhi means intelligence, and yoga means mystic activities or mystic elevation. When one tries to go home, back to Godhead, and takes fully to Krishna consciousness in devotional service, this action is called Buddhi Yoga. The ultimate goal is to progress towards Krishna. When a person knows the goal of life but is addicted to the fruits of activities, he is acting in karma yoga. When he knows the goal is Krishna but takes pleasure in mental speculations to understand Krishna, he is acting in jnana yoga. And when he knows the goal and seeks Krishna completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, he is acting in bhakti yoga or buddhi yoga, which is the complete yoga. This complete yoga is the highest perfectional stage of life. Last verse. Teshan evanakam pardham aham ajnanajam tamaha nasayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. Translation: to show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. So here, the main point that I thought in the purport was, due to the contamination of material association, through many millions of births, one's heart is always covered with dust of materialism. But when one engages in devotional service and constantly chants Hare Krishna, the dust quickly clears and one is elevated to a platform of pure knowledge. The ultimate goal, Vishnu, can be attained only by this chant and by devotional service, and not by mental speculation or arguments. The pure devotee does not have to worry about the material necessities of life. He need not be anxious, because when he removes the darkness from his heart, Everything is provided automatically by the Supreme Lord, who is pleased with the loving devotional service of the devotee. This is the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. By studying Bhagavad Gita, one can become a soul completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord and engage himself in pure devotional service. As the Lord takes charge, one becomes completely free from all kinds of materialistic endeavors. This I particularly resonated with Dhruva Maharaj's story, Mataji's and Prabhuji. We were just listening to it yesterday and today, and when I was practicing for doing the caturśloki, I really resonated with Dhruva Maharaj's story in this, because Krishna touches, when Dhruva sees Krishna in front, he touches with the conch shell and gives him all the knowledge, and then later on, so that he can actually give all the prayers to Krishna, that and because he's unable to say anything, he's 5 years old and he's unable to say anything when he sees Krishna. So Krishna gives him the knowledge by which he can praise Krishna, and also takes away all the material desires that he had at the beginning when he started, and that's all gone now. And he thinks himself, what did I pray for and what have I received? So compares the glass pieces of glass with the diamond that he received. So this one especially, I really resonated with that. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Very
Sorry
nice,
for the
very nice.
disturbance.
Well done.
Nice.
Well
No,
done.
no, don't worry about that.
Yeah,
No,
don't know why I did
really
that.
nice. I really like the way you compared that last verse with Dhruva Maharaj. Yes, yeah, that's a very good comparison. Yeah, because Nashayami Atma Bhavasto Jnana Deepena Bhasa. So all the ajnana which Dhruva had, yeah, when he set out to pray for. What did he set out to pray for, Vidushi?
A position higher than Brahma's position.
Yes.
Because he wasn't allowed to sit on his father's lap. So
Yes. So he wanted a position higher than his grandfather's position. Grandfather is Brahma. So he wanted a position higher than Brahma's position. And that is why he went to pray. And he did that intense penance. And the moment he saw the Lord in front of him, completely went. The first thing he says, what a fool I am. Why did I have to pray for that? And then the Lord touches him, like Vidushi said, touches him with the conch shell, and he starts so many beautiful prayers in praise of the Lord. And then he says, now I don't want anything from you. But the Lord says, even though you don't want anything, you started off with that, so I am going to give you that as well. I know you don't want it, but I'm still going to give it to you. So he gives him a position. He creates, there is a special planet that's given to Dhruva Maharaj, which had no controller. And Dhruva is the controller of that planet. It was originally directly under the control of the Lord himself. So now Dhruva controls it. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thanks. Okay, so if what we can do is, if you'd like, I'll share that song with you. Yeah. So. So like I said, this is from the Gopala Campu. Campu basically means a work which includes both prose and poetry. So it's a formal piece of work which includes both prose and poetry. So you'll have in the Gopala Campu, there is bits of stories that happen, and then there are these songs which are in the form of poetry. So you would, and how is that happening? That's because, like Mataji said, Madhukanta and Snigdhakanta, they would go around and they are singing these songs and telling the stories. and they are describing all the different pastimes of the Lord. So this particular song is in the 8th Purana of the Gopala Campu. So they are divided into chapters or Puranas, you know, Purnams, not Puranas, sorry, Puranam. And so here, this is in the 8th one. So you can imagine Mother Yasoda. The Gopala Campu says that Mother Yasoda, she is churning butter, and time and again she keeps looking to see Krishna's face. Okay, so Krishna is not too far away, he's close by, he's sleeping, and she keeps looking to see what he's doing, that he's really sleeping, and with half closed eyes she's churning and singing the song. So it goes like this. Would you like to repeat it after me? Yeah. Gokulapati kulatilakam Masiha.
Gokulapati kulatilakam tvam asiha.
Now this is my own tune, okay? So if it goes off track, please forgive me for it. Gokulapati kulatilakam Masiha.
Gokulapati kulatilakam Masiha.
Krita sukrita vraja, rachita sukha vraja, nayananandi samiha.
Kruta sukha bracha nayanandi samiha.
Gokulapati kulatilakam tvamasiha.
Gokulapati kulatilakam tvamasiha.
Anandodbhava janma mahotsava nandita gopa samaja.
Anandodbhava janma mahotsava nandita gopa samaja.
Putanikamriti navamangala kriti valayita gokula raja.
Putanita mriti navamangala kriti valayita gokula raja.
Dhairya nivartana shakata vivartanam anubhavyena parita.
Dhairya nivartana sakata vivartana anubhavavyena parita.
Satrinavartaka vayuni vartaka parameshena nita.
Satranavartaka vayunivartaka parameshena nita.
Madhura prangana virachita ringana jalajanayana supunya.
Madhura prangana virachita ringana jalajanayana supunya.
Nana kelishu nritya kalalishu darshita varanai punya.
Nanakelishu nrityakalalishu darshita varanai punya.
Karnakabaladhi shabalita tanvadhi valayita manjula shobha. जरती निवहे कौतुक कलहे प्रबलित मिथ्यालोभ मां मातरमनु सुखम उद्वित्तनु प्रततं सततं कृष्णा द्रुतमुररी कुरु तनुवृद्धिं पुरु खेलावली कृततृष्णा त्रिभुवन दर्शन विस्मयमर्शन निश्चित वैष्णव माया
त्रिभुवन दर्शन विस्मयमर्शन निश्चित
हरिवरिवस्या सुखदतमस्या विगत जरामरकाया गोकुलपति कुलतिलकं त्वमसीह कृतसुकृतव्रज रचित सुखव्रज नयनानन्दि समीह गोकुलपति कुलतिलकं त्वमसीह So this beautiful song, I mean, it's so beautiful. Gokulapati Kula. So who is the Gokulapati? Nanda Maharaj. So Nanda Maharaj is Kula in his family. You are the Tilakam. So you are the topmost mark, you know, you are the decoration. See, when we put tilak, we look beautiful, no? So that way. So you are the beautiful decoration on the forehead of the Kula which belongs to Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj's family. Tvam asi iha. You are. Krita Sukrita Vraja Rachita Sukha Vraja Nayananandi Samiha. So Krita Sukrita. All the people in Vraja have done a lot of pious deeds. Sukrita. They have done a lot of pious deeds. Krita Sukrita. And for them, you have brought great happiness. Rachita Sukha Vraja Nayananandi. You are the happiness in their eyes. Nayananandi Samiha. You delight their eyes. Then Anandodbhava Janma Mahotsava Nandita Gopa Samaja. So Ananda Udbhava Janma Mahotsava, when you were born, there was so much Ananda which was created, Udbhava. There was so much happiness, so much jubilation, and that resulted in a Mahotsava, a huge celebration, where and the whole Gopa Samaja was very, very happy. Nandita Gopa Samaja. The society of the cowherds, they were so happy when you were born that there was a huge celebration. Putanika Mritti Navamangala Kriti. Oh, but what happened? You were born, and within how many days? Within 5 days, Putana came. Putanika Mritti. But then she died. She died. And when she died, Navamangala Kriti. A new auspiciousness was created. Valayita Gokula Raja. For the king of Gokula. Why? Because we realized that Putana was killed by the Lord, which means the Lord is protecting you, Krishna. And that means the king is very happy. So it is very auspicious for the king. See, throughout the song, as you go through, you will realize that Mother Yasoda doesn't think of Krishna as the Supreme Lord at all. For her, he is just a little boy. Okay, a very sweet little boy. And things are happening around him, that's all. So now the translation here is by Kushakrita Das, Shriman Kushakrita Das, but there are some areas where I don't agree. So I'll give you both translation. I mean, I've got his translation and I'll give you my translation as well in those areas. So the next one, she says, Dhairya Nivartana Shakata Vivartanam. So, Dhairya Nivartana. Now, remember, she doesn't know that he is the one who kicked the Shakata. So here it is translated as you impatiently kicked the cart. I put the word tossed. So you impatiently tossed the cart. So the original translation is different. But here, Dhairya Nivartana Shakata. So it is the Shakatasura who was impatient. Okay. Or he was the one who, so Dhairya Nivartana means without Dhairya, without having patience. So it can mean two things. Either Shakatasura was the one who was impatient, or he causes impatience in others. Okay, so this Shakatasura, the Shakata was tossed, and when the cart was tossed in the air and everything fell around you, Anubhavyena Parita. Parita means surrounded. You were surrounded by people with Anubhava. Anubhava means who had a lot of experience, plus people who had a lot Anubhava. They had a lot of love for you. And so who are the experienced topmost people there? Brahmanas. So they all came and started chanting prayers for Krishna. Then she says, Satrina avartaka vayu nivartaka parameshena anita. So trinavarta ke vayu ka nivartak. Okay. So Trinavarta was a whirlwind. Okay. Now the Parameshwara, the Supreme Lord, Parameshena. So by the Supreme Lord, what happened by the Supreme Lord? By the Supreme Lord, the air pipe of this whirlwind was stopped. The air for the whirlwind was stopped. Sa Trinavartaka Vayu Nivartaka. And she doesn't say you did it. She says the Supreme Lord Vishnu made it happen and he brought you back to us. Anita. He brought you back to us. And then she says Madhura Prangana. Prangana means courtyard. Madhura Prangana Virachita Ringana. Ringana means crawling around on hands and knees. Rengana kehte na. So she says Jalaja Nayana. Jalaja means lotus eyes. Jalaja Nayana. Supunya. Supunya. You have done a lot of punya in the past, my child. you are so beautiful and you keep crawling around in our courtyard so sweetly. Madhura prangana virachita ringana. And then she says, Nana kelishu nritya kalalishu darshita vara naipunya. Naipunya nipuna. Nipuna means expertise. Vara, extreme. Darshita, you show. What do you show? You show extreme expertise in various kelishu means sports. And nritya kalalishu. And you show expertise in dancing. You're such a small fellow. You're crawling around on your hands and knees, but you're very expert even in playing and dancing. So she's singing like that. And then she says, Taranaka baladhi. Taranaka means calf. Basically means the cub of any animal. Taranaka. Taranaka baladhi. Shabalita tanu adhi. Valayita manjula shobha. So you are the one who protects all these calves, and you look so beautiful when you're surrounded by them. So this is in reference to Krishna holding the calves' tails and, you know, him getting dragged around and all that. So Mother Yasoda finds it very, very beautiful. She's not scared at all. Then Jarati Nivahe. Jarati means elderly. The elderly gopis, elderly ladies, Nivahe, when they are together, Kautuka Kalahe, you go and you cause quarrels. Kautahak, in their quarrel, what do you do? Prabalita Mithya Lobha. So you go there and you show greed and tell lies amongst them. Okay, and then there is a lot of kalaha. Okay, quarrels which happen. Okay, then what happens? She says, Mam mataram anusukham udvitanu pratatam satatam Krishna. Mam. Do you remember Mam? Mam, yes, to me, Dvitiya. Huh? So she says, I'm your mother, hey Krishna. Anu sukham udvitanu. So you should make me happy. Remember, I'm your mother, okay? You should make me happy. Pratatam satatam. First, you should make me happy. Pratatam, okay? Firstly, you should make me happy, and satatam. Always you should make me happy. Pratatam satatam Krishna. And then she says, Drutam urari kuru tanu vriddhim. Shigram, okay? Drutam means jaldi se, shigram. Urari kuru. Make yourself big. Tanu vriddhim, your body. Make your body big. So basically, grow up quickly, Krishna. Puru khelavali krita trishna. Because I want to play with you. You're so small. You keep roaming around on your hands and knees. It's not easy to play with you. Grow up a little bit. Then I want to play with you. See, they say that each of the 5 rasas, they are progressive, you know. So you have Shanta rasa, and then you have, what do you have next? Dasya. Dasya rasa. So Dasya incorporates Shanta. After Dasya comes Sakhya. Sakhya incorporates Dasya and Shanta. Then you have Vatsalya. Vatsalya incorporates Sakhya, Dasya and Shanta. So here this is where Mother Yasoda is showing her Sakhya rasa. She's saying, grow up a little, let's play. Then I can play with you. If you're going to be a baby sleeping all the time, how can I play with you? Get up, grow up, quickly. Then she says, Tribhuvana Darshana. So you showed the 3 worlds. remember when he was a small baby. So Krishna showed Mother Yashoda the universe in his mouth twice. Yeah. One, when he was a very small baby, he yawned and Mother Yashoda could see it. The second time is Mridbhakshan Leela, when he ate mud. So she's talking about the first time. So she's saying, Tribhuvana Darshana, Vismaya Marshana, Nishchita Vaishnava Maya. So definitely, by showing me the three words in your mouth, you, Vismaya, you caused a lot of wonder, astonishment. Nishchita, definitely, that is Lord Vishnu's Maya. Okay, now when she's saying Maya, she's not talking about Mahamaya, she's talking about Yoga Maya. She's saying definitely it's a good thing, it's not bad, but definitely it's Maya. Okay, and then she says, because of that, what you should do? Hari Vari Vasya. You should become a servant of Hari. Sukhada Tamahasya. And you become the topmost servant who gives him the most happiness. You become the topmost servant of Lord Hari. And that way you'll bring happiness to us. And what will happen to you? Vigata Jara Amara Kaya. Your body will become eternal. You will not have old age or any kind of problems. So go become Hari's servant. So this is Mother Yashoda's prayer to Krishna. She's saying, go, be a good devotee of the Lord. Go join ISKCON. Yeah. So this is the prayer of, the song of Mother Yashoda while she's churning. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll work a little bit on the translation, and then because I basically took the words from the Hindi, so it's there on the internet in Hindi, in Devanagari. So I took the words and then there was just the translation which was given. So I took the translation, but then putting the two together, I find few gaps. So I want to see if I can, and then I'll share it after that. So with this, we come to the end of our Damodar celebrations, our group's online celebrations. So if you have any questions or any comments or anything to share. Thank you very, 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 very much for making this such a wonderful success. So like I said on my post on WhatsApp, I'll be sending all your names over to Sud Krishna Prabhu. I'll put them as, as groups. I won't say, because a lot of you have done 3 or more as well. So those I'll put as ones, one program. And those that have done bits, we'll put them as together. Yeah. So I'll send those out. And yeah, because those names will be read in front of Srila Prabhupada once we, at the end of this month. So that'll be really wonderful. It'll be a great offering from our group to Srila Prabhupada as well. Yeah. And if possible, start preparing for next year. So next year, what you're all going to do is you're all going to, whether we are in lockdown or we are not in lockdown, it doesn't really matter. We are going to start doing programs outside, okay, during the week or weekends, as the case may be. Okay, so try and get at least one person from outside our group with whom you can do the program. Yeah. So then that way we can, it's at the end of the day, this whole, everything that we're doing is so that we can spread the glories of the Lord. Because that's all there is to it. And by doing that, what happens? Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. We are the ones who are most happy. Whether the other person is happy or not, who cares? We are most happy. But actually, the other person also becomes very happy. And the person who becomes most happy is Lord Shri Krishna himself. Because he says, one who goes out and talks about me, there is no one who is more dear to me than he. And there will never be one more dear than him. Okay? So it's not just, he doesn't stop at there's no, oh, you're most dear. He says, you're most dear and there will be no one more dear than you, my dear. That is how wonderful this whole process is. And why is it, do you think? Why are we so dear to Krishna if we go out and talk about Krishna? You can't hear.
Because we are also happy. So seeing us happy, Krishna is happy.
Oh, very good. Yes. What else?
We're bringing someone else close to Krishna. So
That is correct. We are bringing someone close to Krishna. See, Krishna is the father. He's waiting for all his children to turn and go back to him. But what are we doing? All of us are like Satyavrata Muni says, you're all Namo Deva Dāmodarāṣṭakam Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukkha Jalabdhi Magnam. We are all Dukkha Jalabdhi Magnam, but we are Magna. Magna means what?
Happy.
Very happy. So that when we are able to tell somebody about Krishna and that person even just once says, oh, Krishna, his journey starts towards the Lord. And because we have enabled that journey to begin, Krishna is very happy. And in this, we should never, ever think, that, oh, I have gone and done program in their house, but look, next time they didn't even call me. It doesn't matter. This is like, I heard, I don't remember who it was, but I heard that a book distributor, So you must have seen, our devotees go out on the streets and they sell the books of Srila Prabhupada, they distribute the books of Srila Prabhupada. And he was saying, he says, we should never ever think that I managed to make a sale of the book. Because before me, 20 people must have spoken to that person. The first person went and said, here, do you like a book? And this person must have said, and walked away. But that first person also made an impression. So in this way, now if the first person walks away thinking, oh, I never managed to make a sale, he also should not feel like that because he made the first dent, the first little scratch. So each person in this process is so important because we don't know how much layer of one's past is covering all of us. Na? How much time it takes each person to overcome that past habits, swabhav, and come out. So we do our best. We go out, we speak about the Lord. If they want to accept, great. If they don't want to accept, great. Because even by saying, I don't want to accept Lord Krishna, they have said, Krishna, that's good enough. So from now itself, it would be great. Just start preparing mentally, you know. How does one start preparing mentally? So what we do is every class that we attend, every lecture that we hear, everything that we see, we try and keep connecting it back to, oh, how can I use it if I am going to do a katha? Then when we actually go there and start talking, all these things will automatically start to flow. So that's how we prepare ourselves mentally. And then, of course, we pray to the Lord and leave it to Him. So thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Mataji.
so next
Hare Krishna.
Saturday, Hare Krishna. Next Saturday, I think it is Sujata Mataji's turn, right? To do the verses. No, not Saturday, Sunday.
The Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
I am so sorry. I know I was sick and all that, and it's been
No
like,
worries.
so it's 2 months since it was done. So
So that's next Sunday, right?
yes,
Sunday.
next Sunday.
Saturday we don't
Saturday we do Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam. Yes.
Yeah. Saturday we continue with chapter 3.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Mataji. Thank
Bye.
you, everyone.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Shri Radha Damodar Bhagwan ki
Bhagwan ki
jai.
jai.
It was beautiful, Mataji.
Thank you.
It was so beautiful and so much of knowledge. Like every day, new points are coming up, and every day the story was so beautiful, and it is something to add all the time.
Oh, that reminds me, actually. I know. Yesterday, you remember we talked about the contradictions?
Yeah.
There was one other which occurred to me, and that is, how Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham. So, as you behave with me, I reciprocate. Now here, Mother Yasoda, how is she behaving with him? Angry. And what is Krishna doing? That is not the reciprocation. He can't get angry back with her. So that so his own words in the Bhagavad Gita are made into a lie by Mother Yasoda.
So great. She could control him. That means
Yes.
she's greater than the Lord. Mom is greater than the Lord. Buddhists become greater than the Lord.
Okay.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Krishna.